Ryan Garcia versus Conor the Destroyer Benn. They saying this fight is official and is popping off in August. A summer showdown. Conor Benn finally getting his recognition and finally getting the opportunity at a title so he can be just like his daddy. And Ryan Garcia, it's his first defense of his new recently WBC title that he just took from El Azteca, Mario Barrios. And this potential WBC welterweight world title clash is supposed to be scheduled for August in 2026 in Las Vegas, Nevada. Viva Las Vegas. I'm the king and I'll be there watching the fight. Yeah. Both fighters bring explosive power and elite speed. Conor Benn is the #1 mandatory challenger for Ryan Garcia's belt. And I don't know how. How the hell is Conor Benn the #1 mandatory at welterweight when he ain't fought in welterweight in years? Well, I don't think he ever fought at welterweight. I think he beat Chris Algieri at welterweight, I believe, but he ain't fought in welterweight in some years. His last 2 fights was a catchweight in the 50s versus Eubank Jr. And then he just fought Regis. And now he's about to go down to 147 and they got him #1. Mauricio Suleiman and them, they be tripping. They did that same thing with Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao, shout out to the Philippines. Goddamn it, put some respect on their name. We love the Philippines, but that's disrespecting them. You got to say it like them. It's the Philippines. Respect on their name. So shout out Manny Pacquiao. But like I was saying, they did the same thing with Manny Pacquiao. He retired in 2021 after Yordenas Ugas put the beats on him, had both his eyes closed, and wife had to feed him soup. That's why we love our women. That's what we're talking about. And then he retired in 2021, came back versus Mario Barrios, and they had him ranked #4. So it's all a farce. That's why they don't be paying Mauricio Suleiman that sanctioning fee, and he be mad because they be tripping. Oh. This is Conor Benn's keys to victory. And we all know the mindset of Conor Benn. He always gonna go out there and try to put the hands on the next man. Because before Conor Benn leaves his house and makes it to the arena to fight Ryan Garcia, he's gonna have that conversation with Nigel Benn.
This is what makes you a man. When I was growing up, this was all the protection we needed. You win some, you lose some. But you live to fight another day.
That's Nigel Benn speaking with his son Conor. And that's facts, because he know how it is in that ring. Conor Benn's keys to victory. The British destroyer must channel his aggressive instincts through technical discipline to overcome Garcia's length. Educated pressure. He can't be ignorant. He can't be an ignoramus. Benn is most effective when walking opponents down. Muffed up. What Mayweather saying, the doghouse, we walking them down. Then the dog turned rabid. Then that was the foam. Look, that's the foam. Let's get back to it. Benn is most effective when walking opponents down. He must use his evolved jab, now a stiff snapping weapon, to close the distance and prevent Garcia from fighting at his preferred long range. So he gotta get that ballistic missile program up out of the arsenal of Ryan Garcia. And also Conor Benn in his keys to victory, he has to target the body, to the body, go to the body and make him weak. If his physical body is the engine, then going down to the body and add sludge to that engine, and he will slow down. And as soon as you land that body shot on Ryan Garcia, he gonna look at Conor Benn and start to sound like the Haitian man.
You're an abomination, an outrage against nature.
And he gonna stand up and the referee gonna say, can you continue? And his pride alone gonna tell him to say, yes, I continue. And he gonna have to go out there and defend himself if that happened. But Conor has to target the body. Garcia has shown vulnerability to body work. Benn must change levels and stab the body with his jab and hooks to sap energy from Garcia, and that will force Garcia to drop his high guard. Composure over emotion. That's something Conor Benn has to work on. And that's another key to victory for Conor Benn. He has to compose himself when his emotions start to rise. And that's Conor Benn's emotion rising. Rise. Benn has a history of becoming erratic when overzealous to win. He must stay calculated and thoughtful in his shot selection, using feints to bait Garcia into making mistakes. You got to force him to make mistakes, baby. And another key to victory for Conor Benn, he has to counter punch that left hook from Ryan Garcia. And we all know Ryan got that left hook. Counter punch that, and then all of a sudden Ryan Garcia gonna be hitting the deck. And if Conor Benn can counter that left hook, then that will give Conor Benn the time and the ability to go strip the flesh from the next man.
Then let me strip the very flesh from his body, and you will, my apprentice.
So to say, to turn it into Megatron, counter punch the left hook, strip the flesh from his body. Benn improves, and he has improved his defense, and now he has to include his upper body movement and rolling with punches, rolling away from the shots that Ryan Garcia is going to throw at him. This will be the vital way for him to get the victory, and that's going to be the only way for him to avoid Garcia's signature left hook, because you know that left hand is coming. And once Ryan Garcia lands that left hook, clean flush shot on the next man, oh, the next man gonna be looking different for 2-3 weeks. Get up off the stool because he had to get up off the canvas and the referee got his fingers all in his face. Crazy work. But Faco, what about the keys to victory for Ryan Garcia? Well, let's hop into it. The keys to victory for Ryan Garcia. The people call him King Ra, but a king who's been dethroned is no longer the king. Ryan got dethroned twice. Gervonta and then Rolando Rolly Romero. So I call him Rye. He's no longer the king. Ryan Garcia, he relies on world-class hand speed and a reach advantage to dictate the terms of the fight. He has to establish distance early. We talking about Ryan Garcia. Garcia has a 2-inch height and reach advantage. He must use his lead hand to measure distance and keep the shorter Benn on the end of his punches. I always say, keep him at the end of your knuckles, ladies and gentlemen, because that's where he's supposed to be. And then once you keep him at the end of your punches, your corner gonna be feeling proud of you, champ. That's what we talking about. But then there's a flip side to that coin, because the opposite end, your opponent's corner, they're gonna be mad at him for getting beat up. And his corner is gonna sound like Virgil Hunter.
If you ain't gonna do the job, let me stop this. Don't come back to this corner no more until you turn that volume up. Come on, let's go, coach. Don't look at me like that, you do it.
And you're gonna be like, oh, goddamn, his corner over there tripping with him. Something must happen. The signature left hook. We all know that Ryan needs to land that signature left hook, because that's damn near all he got. This remains Garcia's most lethal weapon. Lethal Ryan Bookham. There's some little Weezy bars, but this mix them up with my lyrics, because I just add two. In order to make it great, you just have to add two. That's why I got a song with David Ruffin, who you know in 2026 that can look the camera dead in the lens and tell the people watching, I got a song with David Ruffin. God damn it, that's what we talking about. So y'all go ahead and tap that. Y'all gonna see it at the end of the video. So y'all go ahead and touch that and go listen to me and David Ruffin. He on the hook, and then I'm coming with them bars the right way. That's right. And then I just thought about it when I was at work earlier. The bars that I spit decalcify the pineal gland. That's what I'm talking about, champ. Let's get back to this boxing. Ryan Garcia and his signature left hook. He has to land that early. If Benn lunges in recklessly, Garcia's ability to beat his opponent to the punch with the hook could end the night early. Oh, it'll be all she wrote. Conor Benn, flush shot down in the canvas, really ain't fought in the US like that on the biggest of stages. Making his real US debut will be Conor Benn coming down here in America and get you beat on. Before on the plane to America over the pond. He gonna be like, damn, I need to watch something to boost my spirit, to make me feel like I'm a true American fighter. And then he gonna have to listen to Blade soon as he touch down.
You better wake up. The world you live in is just a sugar-coated topping. There is another world beneath it, the real world. And if you want to survive it, you better learn to pull the trigger.
And then they say, this way, Mr. Benn, into his ride to get him to the arena. Exploit defensive gaps. This is another key to victory for Ryan Garcia. Conor Benn's style involves high guard bursts that can leave him open to counters. Garcia should use his superior hand speed to split Benn's guard with straight right hands and uppercuts, knowing to clean his ass up. Clean him up, turn him into the janitor. That's what you're supposed to do. That get him a 401k, get him right, get him dental. Now he can smile again. Another key to victory for Ryan Garcia, his ring intelligent quotient, his ring IQ, and his movement. Garcia needs to avoid backing out in straight lines and common critiques of his defense that he has yet to fix. And instead, he must use his lateral movement to prevent Conor Benn from cutting off that ring. Those were the keys to victory for both of the fighters. And when the fighters make their ring walks, the fighters are going to go to the referee. And the referee is going to look at both men. Men, I gave you instructions in the locker room. I expect a good, clean fight. What I say, you must obey. Touch gloves and make Godspeed. That's going to be the referee. And once them fighters go back to their neutral corners, eyeball, pupil to pupil, looking across at their opponent saying, damn, yo, iris. Then the bell sounds. Then it's going to be time for both them fighters to go out there and handle business. Ryan Garcia, Conor Benn, the clash of the year, the ultimate showdown. Hopefully, whoever the victor is, he turns into the demonic dragon.
Had you been practicing on your art, you know you're weighing the dog.